Mm. Hmm. Yeah, okay. Just pay no attention to the glasses, guys. Hello, it's me, it's Zhylaw. This is another Kickstarter highlight. I only do these when I have at least three new titles to show you that I, personally think are interesting and might be titles that you want to pledge to or at least keep an eye on. Let's get started. Okay, okay. Here we go. Here we go. First, I want to show you Phoenix Point, which is it's on Fig, not Kickstarter, but it's all the same to me. Phoenix Point is being made by some dudes, and well, the dude, the main dude making it, well, behind the design was the guy who made the original XCOM, not the Firaxis remakes, but the original ones. Not that the remakes, the new ones, aren't good; they're fantastic. I love them, but I'm just saying that this guy knows how to make those kind of games too, and he has the cred. Phoenix Point, honestly, it looks a lot to me like he looked at the new XComs and said, "I'm going to make a game like that, at least visually, but bringing back some of my personal flair from the original XCOM. Only instead of aliens, we have like a Cthulhu, Lovecraftian, like a mutating, mutagenic, DNA altering virus that turns people into freaking monsters. So it's actually has almost like a horror element as well, and it's smart because you don't want to try and compete directly with XCOM, and like the whole alien thing's been done enough. And the Kickstarter just recently started, and like everyone's throwing money at this guy because he has street cred, and people love these kind of games, and it looks really good. I backed this so fast. The only thing about this is there was a small hiccup, which is kind of ongoing with the Kickstarter. Originally, there was supposed to be exclusive to certain backers, cosmetic, creepy looking armor and weapons for your guys. But apparently, some people complained about the idea of exclusive DLC, I guess, even though it's pretty standard in the backing world. So they tried to make it right, but they just made it worse. And they said, okay, fine. The armor and the weapons will be available to everybody after the game comes out as like paid DLC, 3 months after the game comes out. So you just get it for free as a backer, and you get it right away. But now people are like, you said originally it was exclusive. You can just change it like that, and I agree. Like personally, I don't care about exclusive Kickstarter cosmetic stuff. From a developer standpoint, it's a tool to get people to pledge. But as a gamer, a player, I don't really need that. I pledge if it's a good game. But the only thing that pisses me off is don't promise exclusive after the Kickstarter starts, and then you're like, oh, okay, we changed our mind, because people already pledged. Not everyone knows about the change, and I just don't like when anything gets changed in the middle of a drive, because that to me kind of shows that maybe people don't know quite what they're doing, and you want your developers to know what they're doing. But he meant well, obviously they meant well. They just kind of went about it wrong. And he apologized, and he said that they're looking at ways to make it right to the people that backed originally, thinking that was going to be exclusive. But it's just a hiccup. It doesn't really matter, and people who are buying the game in the future won't know any of this, and won't affect their enjoyment of the game at all. And I wouldn't let it put you off from pledging to the game if you're interested. I just wanted to mention it because disclosure, and you might this might be something that you want to know. I'm gonna show you the video. Also, the game's progress looks pretty far along. Like obviously he's not just showing you some screenshots or wallpaper, and I really like it. Really looks to me that he was like, okay, people want cinematic, people want it to look like let's make it look like the new XCOM, and they did. And there's nothing wrong with that because that cinematic style is what brought a lot of people. Look at these fucking monsters, man! Like this looks so good. Like oh my god, this looks so good. Look at this. It's like Dead Space meets XCOM. People who would never play a TBS got into XCOM because it had such a movie or like Uncharted feel to it, and that level of production and mass market appeal. There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't mind. I don't care about graphics, but I don't. It's not like I prefer. Oh my God, look at that! It's not like I prefer ugly looking games. If I could choose, obviously the better looking, the better. And this game just oozes style, and it's just like the dude said, okay, we're gonna take this remake of XCOM that Firaxis did, and the remake is based on a game he made, and he's gonna take it, change the things he didn't like, bring back some concepts some more in-depth tactical concepts from like his old school XCOM, and then he's gonna twist it to make it darker, grittier, scarier, and give it like a unique kind of appearance. And it's great. Like we need more. Okay, like where are the XCOM competitors? Oh man, are you watching this, guys? Look at this trailer. Oh my God, it's disgusting. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's fucking hideous. Oh my, I'm gonna get nightmares. And Jesus Christ, it might actually be a little too nasty. Like don't play this in front of your little siblings. But it's actually an interesting concept. It's trying to make a scary turn-based strategy game. Now they're using I think they're using the 2-point system that the XComs used, and not the original action point system. And like some super hardcore purists are annoyed by that, but I don't give a shit because I love the new XCOM, and I think that oh my God, there's enough complexity. But if you use the old system, it's fine with me too. It's one of those things that like cranky old people complain about. As long as it plays well and it's tactical, I'm not going to cry if he tries to streamline it a little bit for modern audiences. Oh my God, destructible! Oh, look at that destructible tower! Holy shit! Oh, that's beautiful. There is some slight concern, like, does he still have it? He's been out of the game for a while, and he made like one game before this one, and it got mixed reviews. It was like called Chaos Reborn or something, but that also wasn't a TBS. It was a little different. I mean, I know it had turns, but it wasn't exactly like this. So maybe he was out of his comfort zone, and maybe like he cut his teeth on that, and now he's ready for the real thing, and whatever. I'd rather back a game from an old school pro and hope he hasn't lost it than back a game from someone who's never done anything and hope he knows what he's doing. Because chances are, it's like riding a bicycle. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. Whereas if someone hasn't done anything before, they probably don't know what they're doing. It looks great. The game is very far along in development. Obviously, the community agrees. And is very excited. And this game is going to reach its goal and possibly double. And I cannot wait for this game. Really cannot. Because we need more XCOM arenos. And I mean like real XCOM arenos. Not like super indie kind of wannabe clones. Because while indie is fine, I really liked XCOM because, just the cinematic experience really added to the story. I feel that XCOM actually had a really solid story that other indie TBSs kind of lacked. And for me, getting invested in the plot, not just, let me min-max. And, I mean, some people just care about the number crunching and just winning, encounters. But a lot of people apparently agree with me because XCOM, the new one, was like, incredibly popular. Love that this new idea of a more almost RPG like with its story focus kind of turn-based strategy game. And like there are other solid games, like Xenonauts, and they did a great job in Xenonauts for their budget, but limited budget it definitely affects your ability to tell a very thrilling and engrossing story, unless you're just having freaking scrolling text. You know what I'm saying? So Phoenix Point, there's definitely room for more turn-based strategy games, and Phoenix Point looks great. It's on Fig. Check it out. If you like XCOM, the new one, at all, check out Phoenix Point. Okay, and moving on. Okay, there's another game on Steam, Kickstarter, Astro Base. It's like you have like a space station you're building, and I'm not really into building games normally. But what interested me about Astro Base is you don't really control the dudes. It's like The Sims, even less control than The Sims. It's like randomly generated personnel with like different stats that decide their personality, and there's romance, friendships, and like madness and stuff. And so it sounds like it's one of those games where you kind of like build things and you watch the people like live their lives. And I really like that concept because I'm kind of a voyeur at heart. So, and it just looks, I like the style. It reminds me of like classic Star Trek, which is what they're going for, like a 70s style. And the building doesn't look too complex. It's very Sim-esque, I think, and you just like decorate more than individual design and block placement. And it's a pretty cool idea, expanding a space station, trying to keep people happy. I don't know if I don't think there's combat, like if the station gets attacked and stuff. I don't think that's what the game is going for. And it's also really cool because like you are a character in the game. You are the station administrator, and you have like an actual desk and like papers and stuff that you can like fool around with, as opposed to just being this invisible god person in The Sims. Because I always like being a character. I don't know if they're quite going to make it. Right now, I'd say there's a good chance they're going to make it, but they're not going to like triple their asking amount, and there's a chance they don't. So they need your help. If you like The Sims, if you like space, if you like watching NPCs, suffer or touch each other, if you like the idea of like running Deep Space Nine, check it out. They're really not asking for that much. A little under 30,000 for a full-fledged game. They're working in Canada, so it's a legit country. This is actually the second time they're doing this Kickstarter. The first time it failed. Very sad. If you are going to back, I would suggest backing at the, where was it? The early Meteor Edition, which is only 3 days left. And if you missed it, get the Meteor Edition, because there's a special Kickstarter exclusive little dog bot, kind of like K9 from Doctor Who. Doesn't really do anything special. It just wanders around the space station. It might like make your personnel, like maybe increases their happiness slightly if they see the little robot dog. I'm not sure, but it's a little tiny thing. But if you're trying to pick a level, I would go for the early Meteor, which is it's 42 Canadian, but in real money, aka American, it's only $30, so it's really not bad. And if you don't want to do that, just get the basic one with just the game, which is really $17 if you want. So if that sounds cool, Sims in space, check it out. I hope that they succeed, and I don't know if they will, so they might need your help. Fort Triumph, I spoke about before, being made in Israel. It's like XCOM, but less base stuff, and it's fantasy, but with more interactive environments and almost like a puzzle-like quality of trying to figure out how to use the environment to defeat your enemies. And they definitely are struggling. I don't know if they're going to make it. I'm not going to go more in depth than that. I've already talked about it, but it's Fort Triumph. You take a look at it. Atom RPG, I spoke about last times also. They're doing pretty well, but they're definitely going to make their goal, but I don't know if they're going to make the stretch goal of crafting. Again, if you wanted to go more in depth with this one, you can check out my previous video. But it's basically a love letter homage to the original Fallout 1 and 2. And it takes place in Russia with a very, Eastern European flavor, which I kind of love. Um, and we definitely need more games like Fallout 1 and 2. If you are going to back, I would suggest the $40 Comrade Chosen one. That gives you all the exclusive stuff, or whatever you want, or you just want the game. There's the $15 Comrade pack, which $15 for the game. That's probably cheaper than it'll be on Steam, at least when it first comes out. Hellpoint is struggling. I also talked about that previously. I won't go into it, but it's a cool looking Dark Souls kind of in space game with split screen co-op if you play it locally. You can check that out. Okay, and here's another new game. I don't even know why I backed this. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just it made so much more money than they originally asked for. I thought maybe people know something I don't, so I was like, the hell with it. I'm gonna back this, but maybe there's something wrong with me. You play a cat. You play a cat, and you wander around. It's like a roguelite or something, an open world roguelite, 2D, where you play a cat. You wander around like fighting for territory and talking to other cats like it's an RPG, and cats are people. And then you gotta like eat animals and stuff. And the graphics kind of remind me of Stardew Valley. And like you can actually like make a cat lair and you can have like a cat wife and kittens and like have a cat army and expand your cat territory, and there's like leveling like it's an RPG, and I don't know. I'm not sure why I backed this. I'm not sure why other people are going crazy for this, but it's achieved pretty much 1,000% more than they asked for. And initially I was like, is this a furry game? Because I don't want anything to do with furry games, but furries like anthropomorphic animals, in other words, animals that kind of look like people, not animals. So this is not a furry game. Can confirm this is not a furry game. It's just regular cats, not cat people. So I guess it's just a game for cat lovers, and maybe people are going to want to do it. Like you can make your little house. Like maybe this is for people that don't want their kids to play it. Like I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm doing talking about this game, but it's also a recently married couple making it, and they look nice, and his wife is hot, and they have a freaking wedding photo as their they have a wedding photo somewhere on their Kickstarter page right here. They recently got married, and I don't know. I feel like I'm paying for their honeymoon, maybe. You don't have to back this if you don't want to. I don't know why I'm backing it, quite frankly, but it's just like I feel like it's a phenomenon right now on Kickstarter, like one of those almost like a meme game that everyone's backing. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna back it too. Like they originally only asked $3,000. They weren't greedy. They weren't scamming everyone. They wanted to make a simple game with cats for $3,000, and they ended up getting $30,000 because apparently people love cats. People love cats. So I was like, you know what? I want to get in on this shit. I want to be part. I want to be part of the cool kids. So I backed it. I backed it. And who knows? Maybe it'll be like the greatest game that involves cats ever made, which is possible because how many fucking cat games are there? So it's called Cattails. There's only 4 days left because I jumped on this really late because I wasn't sure if I even was gonna, jump on it. So if you do want to get in on this hot cat on cat action, you got 4 days, bros. So hopefully you're watching this video the moment it comes out, because it's Cattails. Get it while it's hot, baby. And if you are going to back this one, I believe there's the special. Where was it? Yeah, you want to do the Courageous Cat Deluxe. It's $29 and it's limited, and you get 2 special exclusive cat fur colors. Oh my god! Oh my god! The special cat fur colors. So yeah, I backed it for $29 because give me those special furs, man. I want my cat to be super unique. And yeah, I'll probably stream it for the lulz as long as it actually is, decent. Well, decent for what they're. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm doing here with this. But okay, it's Cattails and join the internet sensation. Be a cat and stuff. And finally, I want to show you guys an example of what not to back. Okay, and anyone who is involved in this, if you're actually watching this, I'm sorry. Okay, so some dudes are making a game, and first of all, they say the world's first prison RPG. That's not true. Does anyone remember the Chronicles of Riddick? The whole game, you were escaping from prison, and that was an RPG, and a really good game. And I'm sure there were others. Don't say the world's first, unless you know for sure. That automatically strikes me as pretentious and a red flag. But anyway, these guys, and apparently they run a business teaching people to code, and now they want to make their own game, which is respectable. But first of all, they're asking for $530,000, which is a lot. And these guys haven't made any games before. They know how to code, but there's more to making a game than code. The second thing that makes me very nervous is in their rewards, they offer discounts and free classes for their coding classes. And if you don't understand why it's kind of worrisome that they're offering discounts and stuff for their coding courses in their game Kickstarter, well, I'll let you figure that out. Work on it, think about it, pray. But the biggest issue for me that made me nope out is, okay, 500,000, right? They're trying to appear as like they're a new studio run by like super experienced coders making their first real game. But if you watch the video, let's see. So let's watch this video, guys. Okay. Video. Oh, wow, we got some nice comic art. Oh, okay, people talking. Oh, what was that? Oh. Okay, some footage. Okay, somebody's walking. Oh, someone's getting strangled. Why is the camera shaking? I don't know. Okay, that was it. All right, let's keep going. Okay, all right, some 3D models. Okay, what is the problem? Where's the game? Where is the gameplay? You think I'm an idiot? Show me some pictures that you animated in a slideshow. It doesn't count. And then 5 seconds of game footage that don't look quite right. Something's going on with the camera there. Literally two scenes, and that's it. I get the feeling that they don't have very much right now, which is okay. But if you don't have anything right now, you don't ask for over $500,000 for your first ever game. Like they don't have a pedigree even. So like this like at first blush, this sounds cool. They're coders. They're making like an RPG. It's like science fiction, And look, they got like look, you scroll down, you got a little GIF of that 1 second scene in the video. Look, we have gameplay. And here's that other 1 second scene. Yeah, you don't have gameplay. You don't. Oh, and by the way, they offer an exclusive item, which is fine, but they don't even know what it is yet. They just say exclusive in-game item. That's always fills me with confidence when they don't even know what the exclusive thing they're going to give you is. Just, we'll figure it out later. Again, that would be okay for a much cheaper game. Not when you're asking $530,000. So I don't usually like talking about bad Kickstarters or anything, but I bring this one up in particular because this one actually looked kind of good. So this looked professional. And at first glance, and it does, and like they're not trying to schemaz anyone. Like I definitely believe they're trying to make a real game. Absolutely, I absolutely believe that they're working on a game. They want to make it. Like I'm not saying they're trying to trick anyone. What I'm saying is that as someone that only wants to put money into a project, I think is really going to happen, and that the game that it comes out is going to be good. Looking at what they have, I see warning signs that They might not be able to fulfill their promises, even if they don't realize it themselves yet. And I would not back this game, at least not as it stands now. If they have, like, if they, and honestly, I don't think it's going to succeed. I don't, but that might not even matter to them because this could just be a roundabout way of looking for third-party investing or advertising their coding classes. Again, not that I'm not saying there isn't a game. I believe there is, but I think that they might be prepared for the failure and that they launched Kickstarter kind of with a primary focus for publicity. So I wouldn't back this title. If it fails or gets canceled and comes back again, and they show me more, a lot more, and I don't mean more words and talkie, I mean video. I might take a second look. So be careful, guys, and remember, like most people on Kickstarter, they have good intentions. Most people are not trying to scam you, to take your money and run to Aruba. People they want to make games. They have big dreams. But as a potential donor and as someone that's interested in actual games, not just making people happy or something, it's your job to not only make sure that these people are being honest, but that they're capable and competent. And even if it's like 50-50, it's not enough. Unless you really, really are just obsessed with their personal concept or have a personal connection where you just want to support them. Do your research, look at everything from every angle, and pledge wisely. So that was our Kickstarters and Figurinos for today. Shout out to Phoenix Point for looking fantastic. Oh my god, I hope it's good. I really do. And shout out to Cattails for, I don't know why I backed it, but I did, and it sort of looks interesting. So we'll see you on that one. And hope you saw some cool games that you might be interested in. As always, as I said, I only make these when I have at least 3 new games to show you. So depending on if I see games that I find interesting, it might be a week, it might be a month before I make another one of these. And if there's actually, well, I was gonna say if there's a Kickstarter you want me to take a look at to maybe put it here, you could tell me. But let's be real here, okay? I look at Kickstarter every freaking day, so I see everything on there. So if I don't mention it, it's because I'm not interested, not because I didn't see it. So you don't have to bother there. All right. Cheerios. Cheerios.